towards Virgil from Sushan and saving the young merchant and his older compatriot, and also saving the boat. You were briefly stopped off in the side shores after defending the ship from ghouls, minotaurs, and what seemed to be a kobold who had flown onto the boat and started scorching part of it. And came across the strange Goliath with a side boat eatery called Vamhog, in which after you'd purchased some interesting mystery bags and boxes from him, had managed to get some delicious loot crates. After which, finding out the most expensive one, Rin had asked for 300 gold quickly, and then Cordelia had come back up with the majority of her funds and asked if what she would do, and then purchased the box before her, and then took it back downstairs and had Iker watch it for a while as everyone enjoyed their meals and created a bit of tension between Rin and Cordelia.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
A bit.
A fair bit. After which, the eater, after wrapping up at the eatery and saying farewell to Vamhog and coming to Virgil in the southern rivers from Sushan, you had swiftly found the Dragonborn of interest, in which also at that point he informed you of the situation of that this town has been completely taken over by the Fagrim and his little abominations and other selections. Some worship it and some are slaves, and others are, well, corrupted creatures that are no longer themselves. Which at this point Rin had used some of her ether walk opium to go and see the spiritual forms of much of the landscape around, and saw the massive Yugoloth coming down from the eldritch sky of Azeroth, and managed to see the Fagrim trying to tempt Rin into giving herself over, in which Rin managed to withstand it just barely at this point, and being in the ethereal plane, not sure what would have happened, but coming back out of it, informing Leroy that the apples he was eating was fetuses, and immediately the illusion was for naught, and now he's carrying around a bag of fetuses and slowly eating one of them still. Which at this point, as Rin had walked outside, as the Dragonborn and other such company is still inside with the rest, there's now the oversized, what assumed to be possible ogre with a strange companion of a very withered and aged-looking dog with a very sickly spined collar that digs into its neck and looks like it was anchored there with the chain. Almost looks like it has wraith-like eyes, and almost what looks like a mutilated and mutated chicken that's grown way beyond that its normal capacity should be able to. And which at this point he looked over and saw Rin, and immediately proclaimed that he's going to keep the pretty lady for himself and bring the others to the master. Which at this point will be in combat.
Wow, way to metagame, giant guy. You don't even know there are other people here. You only see Ren outside. Jeez.
Right.
I like how we're all inside of a house, but none of us are outside, or like inside.
That Earth initiative one.
I'll throw you all in there.
Yeah, I forgot Igor. He
Ecor's there.
probably wouldn't be happy with that.
What does Ecor even do?
Gives power to his master.
Yeah, I mean that's why I generally just have him sit like on my shoulder.
I mean, you start putting Puck on the initiative order in the 4E game.
Well,
Puck, sit there. Yes.
when Puck starts getting to large size, he
The
will.
thing is, Igor is supposed to have his own initiative, but he can't attack. So I'm like, why? Why does he get his own initiative? So I say, just he sits on my shoulder until I need him to do something else.
Wow.
Because at least on my shoulder I get the magic resistance.
That guy got a natural 20, but he still has the -1. Even at your best, you're still not better than my mediocrity.
Alright, let me get a quick picture for the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
Who's Rodon? See, Rozzy, this is why I fear fucking actually putting like an actual full level encounter, because it's like the 20s will return as soon as I think they're safe.
Sure.
They will return.
Just like when I DM. What did you mean every second roll is a nat 20?
It's because the Roll20 website doesn't see enough player death, it thirsts for more.
I didn't roll 6 nat 20s in a single round of combat. What are you talking about?
It wants the blood of digital players on its hands.
Giant picture incoming.
Oh god, he's big.
Oh, he's a big boy.
It's a titan.
Alright. Gotta get the fathers on there.
The what?
The fathers. The clerk.
Fathers? Oh, okay, you're putting him on the initiative order. You just kept saying, I thought you were saying fathers, and I'm just like, is there like another million things outside that we didn't see?
Yeah. Yes, the fodder. Bless you.
You leave him out of this.
I get on my motorcycle. You guys didn't know Caldio had a motorcycle? I've had one this entire time. It's like the steampunk motorcycle from World of Warcraft.
Let me fix it so you can actually see his fucking health. Alright. There we go. Alrighty. Caldir. As you saw Rin go outside, you immediately heard that loud proclamation of the abundantly sized man in the distance.
Thick man. I'm just seeing if I can actually see through the windows. Not really. If I stand in Cordelia's space, I can't see them.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to stay for this session, unfortunately. But,
What?
yeah, there's some fucking bullshit happening. I'm telling you, man, today's just keeps getting fucking worse and worse.
No.
Anyway, so what's I think I'm gonna have to leave it at like 12-ish, 11:30, 12, somewhere in there.
Alright. We'll expedite combat as fast as we can when it gets to these.
No. Well, let's just do things as normal. I'm just letting you know. Maybe we can get to a point where it's like, I don't know.
Yes, if anything, we'll hit a point and then we'll just drop off there and pick up where we leave. It's all good.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Life is life. It's all good.
I step to the side and push open the door. I see Thick Boy.
Yes, you do. As well as the bizarre-looking hound and the mutated chicken beside his side.
I'm gonna shoot Big Thick Boy first.
Take purchase at the Duke.
Okay, I'm going to sharpshoot him, so we're
Uh-oh.
firing. 19?
Definitely.
25.
My.
I thought my phone was ringing.
That max damage roll.
And then I do it again because I believe in myself.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Fucking.
Oh my god!
You see these huge chunks fucking just right through the middle of. What? What is that? As he just spits up this huge viscera glob of blood and gore. Oh, what is this? He looks over towards us. Get him, Wheeler!
Alright, well, I've expended my turn. I don't know if we're going to build a short rest, so I don't want to bother using Action Surge.
Alright, so the Duke, pretty mad, but seeing that it would be a tight fit, is gonna quickly come over to Rin. He's gonna try and bring you to Fist Town. He's gonna do. Actually, he's gonna do double attack.
Ooh.
Alright, so the only one will hit with a 17.
Oof. Okay.
And he's doing non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Oh no, he really wants that.
As you feel this heavily covered armored fist with chains just into your stomach as he follows up. Kind of catches you off guard as there's just this spray of blood, and it kind of throws you off a little bit. You can feel the heavy weight of his body being pushed behind it.
Wait, what? That was it? Wait. What? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. 1 second.
11 bludgeoning.
Fix this. No.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, you're telling.
I was gonna say that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Overbar. Overcharge. Alright, so Rin, you're up as the Duke is obviously intent on trying to take you.
Alright. So, should I fucking save this or should I?
You could tell those 2 shots fucking hurt him bad.
Okay. Well then, taking out her shamisen, she's going to strum it, with conjuring I will do wall of. We'll go like this.
Yeah, I was about to reprimand you for wasting that, but I mean, we are fighting something that eats magic. It probably won't affect it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that is true though. Saving it. Yeah. What? Oh no! Wait! How wide is this? Oh wait, no, that'll actually hit everybody else. Never mind. We're sticking with that plan. So if you can have him roll a dex save of 16.
Alrighty. He fails that immediately.
Okay.
As he tries to steady himself, the wind catches him off guard. You can tell his hefty size is just way too lumbering and slow to try and catch himself.
What about him and the little guy?
Oh, the little guy as well.
Oof.
Oh.
That one really played the field.
17175.
Back in 1775. There we are. And the other one will fail it as well.
All right. That's 21 fire damage.
Fucking nice. This both just fucking burn from this wall fire that gouts out. You can hear him. No! Master! They have magic! I'm
trying to think. I think that'll be all. I can't leave his radius or else he'll fucking get an attack of opportunity. So
yeah, you can tell that would suck from this guy.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Cordelia.
Well, I can't actually see anything from this angle, so I'm gonna have to come outside.
I'm about the water. Is the wall of fire there like persistent?
Yeah.
Yeah, where is it?
It's
I feel like that's important to
Yeah, I
depict.
know.
There's a wall of raging fire.
That'll do. Alright. Bonus action as I'm walking up. Tap Rin and give Rin Shield of Faith.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a +2 to your AC.
Is it pulsing radiant energy or different color?
Then I'll just hit him with my sword.
So bad.
Where is it? With booming, I suppose. Where's my sword? Oh, I left it on advantage. Whoops.
Alright, so unfortunately,
Yeah.
12 will miss.
And the as.
Rosaria. Furel.
The game reminding me
Huh.
every time I don't roll. Every time I start the game and forget to change my as, I always roll the first one terribly.
Alright, and that's all?
Yeah, nothing else I can do.
Alright. Let's see. Rip Chomp. Still in the wall of fire at the start.
They only take damage if they hit it for the first time or they stay in there.
So it's just gonna immediately start screeching out. You just hear this terrible, horrible sound like 1,000 animals dying. As it starts lunging towards you, Cordelia. And it's gonna try for a multi attack with the beak.
Give him the beak.
And you just see it launch up and just and just connects with your armor. Doesn't even get through your defenses at all. Leroy. Bradley.
No, I'm here. I'm just
Okay.
still chewing on my fetus that I found.
Alright, so you use your main action to chew.
If you make me use a main action, that's fucked up.
Oh, you're eating food.
More fucked up than eating a fetus.
I don't know what's a fetus.
I love how everyone else is
Actually,
like,
you do know.
yeah,
No,
everyone.
I don't.
He didn't even. Yeah, probably wasn't listening. He's not the smartest of people.
Who knows it? Who even knows that it's a fetus?
Everybody knows it's a
No one.
fetus.
Caldeer doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Literally before Rin left the room, she pointed at the fucking apple and said, "That's a fetus you're eating."
Yeah, and then it turned into a fetus. And then you willingly started eating it again. Everybody knows it's a fetus.
Sometimes you just gotta keep eating the fetus, man.
Stop eating it, Leroy.
All right, so
Now, with the other hand, I'm still eating the fetus. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast from what I can see.
Oh my god.
all right, so
I'm finishing this fetus.
go ahead and fire at the Duke for what you can see. That will hit.
Oh, damn. You're an easy boy.
Alright, and both definitely hit as you launch out. As he's on fire, you see. Kill them, my pets! Daddy wants to eat that one! As he points it inside.
Which one?
Points in
There's
towards
quite a few people in here.
Eco if he doesn't move.
I'm
Josh,
just
is
gonna
my
have him
bonus
come
action?
up like.
As my bonus action, I toss Ikor a fetus.
No, bad Eco! Have him run out here.
He's eating a
Stand
fetus.
outside.
He's eating a fetus as he comes outside.
Bad Ecor, eat it outside.
Hey.
All right.
Told him not to eat that shit.
Rin is really reconsidering being a part of this group.
I mean, you just watched the demon eat a fetus
Uh,
and the,
I'm-
and the warlock eat a fetus. I think it's okay.
Are you not pro fetus eating? Wow. It's current,
Wow.
it's current medieval year.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. As the father comes out, you can see him look over and sees the Duke and Rip Chomp.
He doesn't say a word about the fetuses. Not a word.
He's been living in a nightmare realm, being tormented by Fagrim. What do you think?
We're here to help, and one of us wants to eat fetuses that he guesses, you know? It could be worse.
You can clearly tell this dude has seen some shit in the last few fucking months of his life.
Oh my god.
So as he looks over, but he does take slight note of the demon eating a fetus, but you can see a distinct look of horror as he looks over towards the dog. And as he looks over, he just exclaims, "Cover your ears! Don't let that thing howl!" At this point, he's just going to use his main action to actually cover his ears. At this point, the hound immediately comes bounding over. It's gonna. So go ahead and roll your fire damage as it passes through.
Okay, that's better.
Very nice. This, as you can see, even though parts of this animal are clearly falling off, scorched and going very deep into its hide, you see it bound over to next to you, Cordelia, just past to the father, and just before it stops at the house, you can see him like hugging his ears as tight as he can. As suddenly you hear this deathly wail screech out from all over. Cordelia, you've recognized this only from what you known as a banshee, and something like this shouldn't be possible, but it's happening. Everyone needs to make a Constitution.
I was about to say it's a banshee whale.
Oof.
I believe in you.
Ooh.
Oh my god! Are none of us ready?
Ooh.
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 Can I use inspiration?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Can I use inspiration on that?
Yeah, you can. That's why you boys have it.
I don't.
Nope, not much better.
I'm gonna take it. Like a real person.
Hang on.
Alright, everybody fucking failed.
Yo, okay.
Well,
hang on.
Chaldeer,
Need to roll
you
equals.
just made it.
Okay, I think equals fine.
Alright. And Cordelia, you made it as well?
That's
That was the
equals.
Oh, Ecor made it just fine, and he's
I rolled equals as well.
Ecor
That's
has,
him.
yeah, Ecor has seen some shit. Alright.
Also, I made a better token for Eco. Because he's small. He's a small
Alright.
boy.
So, those... Oh my fucking god.
Everybody.
So those who failed, you feel, oh my god, like this. Okay, so literally, as Chaldeer, you feel yourself being pulled. You barely withstand it. Ecor is perfectly fine, but you see all three others as the rest of you feel the very essence of your souls feel like they're being pushed out of your body before ripped back, almost severing your life. You all drop to 0 hit points.
Yeah, I was reading that shit. We're all at 0.
Alright, well, I guess it's time for Caldier to go hero mode. I have to kill everything. God.
I knew we were all gonna die today.
Chaldeer,
Why did he warn us a minute ago?
at this point, the father just you see him immediately just pick up the fucking lumber axe that's beside his house and get ready. He can only do it once a day. Stop him!
So then we don't need to kill him right now.
Yep.
Okay, good. Well, at least he knows that. Pivot. Let's kill the big boy first.
Yep. And you can see he's fucked up, and also unfortunately the wall has now vanished.
Is he undead?
The dog?
No, the big guy.
Or the big guy? No.
Wait, hang on.
He gets affected by the whale.
Oh, that's right. So let me make that.
Everything
Question.
that's not undead gets affected by the whale.
Is the whale like a magic thing?
For this? No.
Okay.
Alright, let me make this real quick for the big guy. He actually has really good constitution.
And Nick still takes damage.
Alright, he actually failed and he goes down.
Oh, well, that's handy.
Get him! No, I forgot!
Even though Nick succeeds, he takes 10 damage.
Yep.
Just 10?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3d6. It's
No,
like
I
a creature
didn't-
takes 10, 3d6 psychic
And
damage.
the other creature actually goes down as well. There we go.
wait. So just suicide.
Should
Oh
I
my
roll the
god.
damage I take, or am I just taking 10?
Actually, I'm gonna roll that damage.
Stupid dog is the master of team killing.
Exactly.
The fucking Banshee's will a horrifying ability that does not discriminate.
Oh no, it does not. Everything dies. Everything dies.
Everything within 30 feet of her.
13 psychic damage to you, Chaldeer.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
What about Ecor? Ecor would still take damage, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's right. So, his would be just the 13 as well.
Okay.
Yep.
I remember
I have
reading.
to summon Ecor back.
Yeah. He enjoyed
Okay, well,
a fetus for a brief time.
not wanting the feral
what he
dogs
gets.
to devour the rest of my group, I will sheath the pistol and draw the rapier. I'm just gonna, squeeze on by my pal here.
I have healing
Squeeze.
potions.
Squeeze? Well, I mean, you guys are all down, and, it's a zombie dog. It might just be like, oh, delicious. Oh, delicious. And then I ignite my sword.
Fire away. Definitely land a hit.
I'll just do both, because I know I'm gonna do both.
Holy shit. So as you immediately come around, you run this fire blade straight through and then immediately back through again. You shatter the spine of this dog and you just hear this disgusting wail echo from its form. Make one more constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, it's gonna try to knock me out again?
It's on the death effect of this creature.
Chaldeer, I believe in you. Thank you, Chaldeer.
Gonna make it for the father again real quick. So he managed to... He's never seen it die, so you wouldn't expect this. He might be going down too.
Dr. Chaldeer.
Alright, yep.
Is he going down too?
Yep. Oh my. Another 16 psychic damage hit just courses through your body after you finish off this dog and see this form shatter before you.
Wait, does that hurt everyone else who's dead too? Like death saving throws or whatever?
Doesn't.
I mean,
It wouldn't
you guys are
protect-
unconscious. You probably can't like perceive the sound or some shit.
Yeah, you would be all unconscious.
If deafening
I think
yourself,
you actually need to be able to hear it.
Yeah.
yeah, if deafening yourself causes an odd effect.
Yeah, it literally is one of the effects that a creature. It says that a creature that hears it, and since you're unconscious, you can't actually hear it.
Oh, that's an interesting. Okay.
Weird. I just came back for something. I wasn't.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. That is Comet.
Cordelia. Hello.
Do it. Everyone, round of death saves.
Yep.
I check Cordelia's pulse.
It's very faint, but you feel it.
All right, drink
Wow.
a healing. I give her my healing potion. Wake the fuck up.
Alright.
Alright,
Well,
so
I still need to roll my death save first.
yeah. But if you get up anyway, they'll be erased.
No, it's
Alright.
okay. It was a success. I'm fine. Then what? Regular healing pot?
Yeah, it's just a regular one. I have the weakest one out of the party.
2d4
Everybody else
plus
has
2.
an empowered. I'll second
Okay.
him too while
I
I'm
got
away.
greater healing potions, I believe, from one guy.
You did?
Yeah, I'm using the one we had earlier.
Oh
Just-
no, I mean I'm using mine.
Dying is one
Whenever I-
action.
Well, whenever you get up, of course.
What if I don't die?
We were given 4 of them, right?
For
Alright.
for that, yes. Alright, so
I'm gonna
you're,
Roll over and check Ren's pulse.
Yeah, it's very faint as well.
Alright, you're getting an empowered healing potion. Drink that bitch.
How
give
much is that one?
This guy might spare the dying
Wait,
so that he's
is that how much I get right there?
auto-stabilized.
It was the same one that we used in the one shot. I don't know.
Hang on, what is it?
Empowered
Greater?
healing potion.
Power?
I mean, if you,
Greater, yeah.
yeah, greater. I don't know why I'm
Oh,
calling
so it's
it empowered. I'm
3d8?
mentally retarded.
No, it's just every level of potion is just another 2d4 plus 2.
Greater
Oh.
healing potion is 44 plus.
That's all it does when you make them better. They get more d4s. No, it's plus 4.
Yeah, but like 2 more.
What happened?
That thing screamed and everybody went unconscious. Apparently, I'm less vulnerable.
You cast spare the dying of the father.
Yeah.
Guess I'm just gonna death save in here.
Yep, maybe and then this it.
Uh,
So that's one
I'll
success.
hop in, spare the dying Leroy as well, just so everyone's stabilized.
I cast Cure Wounds 3rd level. Myself.
I am stabilized.
Out of everyone, we probably actually need Leroy up. So
And Cordelia, you,
I'll give him a 2nd level cure wounds purely because he's at 0, so that's automatically wow. Like both of the d8s are automatically maxed, and I have a plus 4, so that's 20.
Alrighty, so also Cordelia, you feel a very distinct lack of Ichor. It's been
Yes.
years, but he's gone.
Take me like an hour to get him back.
Oh Jesus.
I'm gonna check the father's pulse while I'm here.
He was spared, but he's.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck her magic works. She just gestured at his dead body.
So you feel that his pulse is there, but it's very faint. He's obviously stable from what Cordelia did, but you could tell that whatever that creature was has sapped the life out of everyone here except you, but barely, and has seemingly made Ichor burst, just vanish back into his realm.
We aren't exactly overflowing with healing potions. Should we just hide the father somewhere till this is all over?
Rin gets her pipe and begins smoking, and leaning down blows a little cloud on the father, And he heals.
The smoke of life.
Oh! Sucks.
Enough to be conscious, so that's all that matters. Leroy springs up.
I was
just
gonna
from,
say,
like, laying down.
if we can take 10 minutes, I can do prayer of healing.
And as the father wakes up, she says, "You know, if you had told me that that thing was going to scream, I could have made the entire place silent."
I wasn't expecting to send such dangerous creatures from the start.
I'm gonna search
It's
thick
a
boy.
free action.
Fuck.
You know what? I'm just gonna be doing prayer of healing.
Alright,
Okay.
you search the thick boy. Alright.
Or if he has pouches, I'm not gonna stick my hand up his ass.
It does fat folds.
Let me just check in here.
You actually do find what seems to be a couple of adamantian shackles,
Woo! Adamantine.
as well as what seems a small bag of coin with
What does he have coin? That's
Everybody has coin.
Oh my god. I wanted to go buy some meatloaf in the town.
Money is the universal language, Ren.
yeah. But you pull it out and there's about 3 gold and actually a couple fingers in copper.
And
Money
fingers,
is not
that's
the universal
change.
language.
Leroy just kind of like sits up, like from laying down to all the way up, and just kind of like does that turn and thank you. I'm going to prepare for her next thing, and he doesn't know about the 1 time per day. So he takes this man's bed and rips out cloth and sticks them in his ears.
So you stuff your ears in preparation.
In preparation for a thing that's not going to happen again.
How
I
do
was
you
hoping
know?
he'd have a mirror because I
Because
wanted to
they
make
can
it.
only wail once per day.
How do you know there's not more of them?
Well, I've got stuff in my ears now.
If we're going to take a short break after having everybody nearly die, should we go hide at a house across the street, considering they'll probably come to this place first?
Yes, we shouldn't spend too much time at my abode. I've only been able to defend against other townspeople.
All right, well, let's take a short jaunt somewhere across the street.
He points at one of the barns in the distance. There's no creatures there, haven't been for a while. And rather large amounts of disuse should be able to get some time there.
Well, actually, that does bring up another interesting point. If we start walking around is everybody like his eyes and ears?
A majority. There's still a few slaves and others who are just fearful of him and are seeking freedom. I could lead you to each of the houses, but we have to be careful. There's far worse creatures in this menagerie.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just rest here then. That seems like a very poor idea to go wandering through the town. We need.
If we wait too long at night, there's much more worse creature that he'll unleash.
Oh,
If we
it is nighttime.
There's still a good amount of sun left in the day, but as the father looks back over to you, now, if we're going to travel, we should do. Yeah, Brad, you would see the body.
That's important. That was important if when you see her.
Oh, this is pertaining to a dog.
No, I'm talking about the lady. Killed us all.
Oh,
I mean,
there was no lady
I-
dog. It was the dog.
Okay.
I still remember the monster god warning, but I don't really think this child is misunderstood. I think it's just a real piece of shit. Yeah, I suppose the father would know better than the rest of us. I guess let's head on over to the barn.
At this point, you can see him like heft up the axe, look at it from me. I'll be quick as he runs back inside, and you can see him come back out with very odd selection of equipment in a bag, and then he just throws it over his shoulder and quickly pulls out from one of the bag itself. It looked just like a simple handle, and you realize it's a full war maul.
Oh, that's fucking cool. He's got a fucking maul.
Quickly over there.
Okay, I walk slowly. I'm still doing my prayer. It takes 10 minutes.
Okay. So, by the time you reach the barn, the prayer will finish out, so you can go ahead and roll that.
Alright, it's Danny.
And Brad, do you do anything with the wailing dog that's shattered on the ground?
That's each, boys.
Woo! Thanks.
No.
Alright.
But I will get me a little bit of that blood, though. Passing of that humanoid giant man.
Alright.
Might need it later.
So you scoop up the vial of the mutated man. Very clearly, it's definitely the body of a man that's been just horribly, horribly changed and just turned into the twisted amalgamation of just hulking muscle and disformed mass.
1, 2, 3. Feel like a bigger jar of it.
Where are you hiding all of these jars?
Don't talk about my jars.
He just keeps producing weird jar after jar.
I just need enough to draw 5 circles. That's all I want.
I could probably do that with 2.
All I need. We're going.
Alright, so you collect the strange mutated blood.
Mm-hmm.
So you can mark that down.
I own some strange mutated blood. Excuse me, are you guys coming in? Hello?
Oh, yeah. Ren? There we go, that's better.
Alrighty.
Close the barn door. Alright, so what exactly is our plan?
I can try and get you closer. She mentioned something. Seeing you out, it connects.
Yeah, Ren, you mentioned a heart. Is it like a literal heart? Is it a metaphorical heart full of his love and compassion he apparently holds for all creatures? Is it just where he hangs out and it's a symbolic heart of the land? Are you muted in chat, not responding?
He may be distracted by something.
Sorry, more family shit. Anyways,
Yeah, no problems.
Rin just gives Kaldir a look and goes, "There's a giant umbilical cord connecting it to a massive muscle. I called it a heart because, generally speaking, when you stab somebody in the heart, they die. I'm hoping that if we stab this thing in this hulking, disgusting mass of flesh, it will die." So
Where's
allegorical, not
Where's
metaphorical.
the muscle?
What?
Is the muscle it? You said it was connected by a cord to a muscle.
There's this, you know, the picture of the writhing, many-armed worm with a giant mouth.
Yes.
Okay, that's the thing that's floating above the town. And then there's this giant umbilical cord going from it to this small shack below it that has a bunch of flesh that's like pulsating.
Alright, that sounds like something that definitely needs burning. Well, I guess as far as plans go, it could be worse.
I assumed that it was its heart, but who knows? It could be another version, maybe it is a baby of it.
That's a scary thought.
As for how we get close, I do have a spell that I recently learned. It lets me create an illusion of a great size that comes with sights, smells, sound, the whole thing. And perhaps we could hide in it.
Did you just propose they make a giant fog cloud?
I suppose that could work, but that's pretty obvious.
Well, how else could we hide in a giant illusion?
Um,
I assume it's generally has to be some kind of relatively static image. It can't just keep up with us.
actually, I can make it. With us.
Oh?
And it lasts up to 10 minutes.
How far away is this shack?
Josh, could I discern that?
For the shack, you know, it's on the other side of the town. It would probably take a good while of trekking.
Right, because she had to run back, but she moves faster in ethereal form, right?
Yes. In the ethereal form, there was no resistance, and also you could fly over the majority of the town.
Well, Vioxen, you said that most of the people here are dead, right?
Yes, there's a fair portion that are already taken by whatever the creatures are. The
Well,
brains or the legs.
If the creature likes this town, what if we set it on fire and then move towards the shack?
It would be a good distraction.
Because he obviously values it, otherwise he would have destroyed it a long time ago with his legion of mindless servants to make something he liked more. But I don't know exactly how well that would work. He might suspect foul play. After all, you said he isn't an idiot.
He's clever, but I know he likes to add to his collection. It may garner more attention, or at least enough where we could get closer.
And that's when your illusion could come into play, Rin, making him go in a different direction.
Well, it needs to be within 120 feet of me. If I lose sight of it, it becomes a lot harder to maintain.
Yeah, I guess he'd probably fly pretty fast.
Is there circle that?
Oh.
Is there like a long or like fat creature that you've seen crawling about?
Long or fat creature. Well, you can see. Takes a long, hard moment to think very carefully. most I've seen in his menagerie is when he had a carrion crawler of interest.
And ooh, do I know? Is that Arcana or Nature or what?
That would just be straight nature or dungeoneering.
There is no dungeoneering in this edition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just nature. So, you know that that's just a natural creature. It does have tentacles, but just on the large nature size of it on it alone, you know, no, because it's a fairly common creature that people have encountered in travels. That
Okay.
it's not hard to get, but getting one in a collection would be a bit of an oddity.
Well, it's just like how. Can she picture? Has she heard of it before? Like,
The best you have in memory is a large caterpillar with tentacles.
okay.
Well, wait. He likes rare creatures, right?
Right.
Could you make something that we described? From our first assignment, we killed something called a nightmare. It's black demon horse that's on fire. That's got to be really rare.
Seems easy enough, but we can't all fit in that.
Well, I mean, if we have it, if we get his attention, then we have it look like it started the fire.
Oh.
Maybe then he'd be digging through the fire rapidly, trying to find it.
I don't think he would himself dig through the fire.
Well, he'd watch while other people dug through it.
Right.
I feel like all the plans I make are rather abstract.
No, I do like the idea of a fire as a distraction, at least to at minimum pull some of the creatures away. But I'm not quite so sure that the illusion should be used as a distraction on top of that. I would rather have it cover us in
Did the father get those 13 points of healing from Cordelia, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, he
He's
either
a-
has a lot of HP or he's a
He's a
Good
hefty
boy.
He's a hefty boy.
Do you think that he has anything else that can do that awful scream that knocked out half of the team? If so, we should probably consider permanently deafening ourselves to not die.
There is a creature that, well, everyone says it's a creature. No one's ever lived after seeing it. They've only talked about it after hearing it. I do know that he's kept a fair selection of undead. He likes to have the more twisted visages. Though he does have a means of keeping up illusions so nobody else suspects the town. Though this creature, that honestly I've never seen it myself, and I don't think anyone has ever even survived such a thing. But it lurks through the town at night when we have unwanted visitors.
Alright, well, let's finish this up before nighttime then.
If at most I do know of one place in the town. It's more of a display piece. The innards are strange, but more or less of just something like something froze time for a bit and put it in there as a keepsake. If If anything, we might be able to get some rest in there if we can get close enough.
Hide inside of a frozen creature's innards?
No. I've seen it before. It's a town from a long time ago. It's like time stopped during an attack. I think it was an assault that this creature kept as a trophy, frozen in time.
That sounds fascinating to see.
What's to stop us from freezing along with it?
Many have gone through before. The creature has visited it in the past, but not anymore. It's just a trinket. I've seen others going in there to make sure it's cleaned off properly, and there is one resident in there that hasn't left for some time. He's still unfrozen by it. Seems safe enough.
Well then, do we want to consider hiding in there for the night? Because it is getting close to dark, and if that thing that prowls around is as bad as you say, and it only shows up during the night, I would rather not meet it and the large flying acid-spitting worm.
Yes. We should be quick. If you have nothing else to prepare, we should be getting closer to town so nobody catches us in the fields before reaching it.
If you all stand around me, I can create a zone of silence to make sure we're not heard, at least.
Very well.
How long does that last?
10 minutes, roughly.
Okay, well, make sure everybody looks around so none of us are accidentally kidnapped by some kind of flying snake monster.
Going to shape the mist around yourselves.
So, she takes out her shamisen, and once more, the blue energy coalesces around her hand as she strikes down. But as she does so, there's no sound coming from the shamisen, and then no sound coming at all. And it's just so quiet that you can't even hear your own, like, heartbeat. It's just nothing.
I mouth, this is awful.
So, you see him mouth that, but also as you kind of start moving along and you're looking at each other, it's very distinct that there's not even a slightest sound from your chainmail or anything. At this point, you slide open the door. You can see in the distance that some guards have actually arrived at the residence across the way. You can see them moving around quickly, each with their cloaks readying spears as they search around the premises. You can see very distinctly that one of the traps that the father had left behind is clearly killed someone, as there's just a bloodstain in the body hanging there.
See? Good call.
As well as you could see that there's a very distinct looking tiefling, a little more properly dressed than the rest of them. You could see him kind of going over the area, casting different spells, trying to figure out exactly what happened. You could see a fair amount of confusion, but they don't seem to see or notice you at all as you start moving out.
Yeah, like Rin will like wait for the perfect opportunity and then motion with her hands. Go, 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 go.
Go team, go!
Wait, which way was it? Was it this way?
Yeah, I'll just see you're going in the right direction.
It's the edge of the map.
Yeah. As Leroy hesitates. No. So, as you start moving through the town, you can see the father kind of pointing in the direction just to try and guide you a little bit better. You can see the sun starting to go down. You can see there's a touch of nervousness on the father's face as he's just trying to, be careful but also make good time. As you also see a few other guards passing by occasionally, others that just seem to be on a lazy path and patrol, not really paying too much attention. It's very clear that everyone doesn't know exactly what's going on just yet. At this point, it gives you a perfect opportunity as the sun is finally cresting down. You can see the intensity of fear is actually starting to get worse and worse on the father's face as he sees that the son is no longer with you. Which, at this point, you do see all the guards are gone. There's no one on the street at all at this point. The added silence is making your hearts race more. You don't hear it, but you feel it. Your body's just getting more and more intense as the unsurety of if you're actually alone or if the creature could be nearby. Finally, as you get closer to your destination, you can see in the distance a normal-looking house, one of the two-story pieces. You can see the father quickly points over in that direction, and he looks both ways quickly, and you can see there's nothing. There's no lights on. There's nobody outside. Everything's been packed up or locked up. It's almost like being in somebody's locker put away with no access to anything other than the doors. As you move up, you can see in the distance, coming from the direction of the house, that you know where the house, in the direction of the house we're in. You see the very distinct look of what seems to be bats, but with thicker bodies in the middle. Very strange shapes. They look almost too large to be bats. If anyone wants to try and catch a look at what these are, you can go ahead and roll me a perception.
I'll be a paranoid.
Paranoid boy.
Alright. Alrighty. So, Rin and Cordelia, you notice that these aren't bats. These are flying heads with bat wings.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Not these things.
You know these are definitely of a fiendish nature. These creatures are clearly changed and have had growth spread out of them, and as well as the wings. You could tell from this distance before going inside that every part that's on this head, each head looking like what was previously a person, just torn clean off with tendrils coming out the bottom, long slithering hair, and sickly thick leather wings kind of flying around with the head in itself.
Wait, and we're going in there?
No, coming from the house's direction, not to where you're going.
Oh, okay.
As you move inside, you look around, and as you open up the door, it's eerie because everything being so dark outside. As soon as you open it, it's brightly lit, and it looks like fire and all sorts of chaos that is going on as you walk inside. It's literally a still life of what seems to be like an undead attack on a town. As you looking around, you get all the senses and smells of what was actually going on. The fresh blood staining the cobblestone and the woodwork, and the charred smell of wood and pine from burning buildings and carts and people running around. You could see peasants and other fighters dead and falling down in the street as the rest try to resist and fight back. You could see these ghoulish, terrifying creatures like the ones that you fought on the boat ripping into people. What looks like somebody's baby ripped out of their arms and their head bitten clean off right in front of the mother.
Leroy.
Over by some of the windows, you could see other warriors that turned a house into some form of a barracks as best as they could, as they kind of tried to obviously garner people in, leading them. And you could see them, some shooting, clearly shooting crossbows, as you could see bolts suspended in the air, frozen in time. Others that clearly met their mark and sunk in deep as the other ghouls were charging in. Other different abominations, which at this point, looking at it, you could see different symbols from each of these people, clearly holy relics. Which, at this point, Cordelia, you recognize the symbol.
Oh.
It's Kelemvor.
That does seem about right.
At this point, it occurs to you, so long ago when the attack happened. You didn't recognize it at first from all the chaos. As you examine it for a good long minute, as everyone's now inside, this is your hometown.
Oh.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. What did I miss?
Was that a meme, Joseph?
What?
No,
I said I'll be back. What?
yeah, but yeah, serious fucking bomb hitting Cordelia. The timepiece frozen in carnage and gore and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, frozen piece of battle.
And it's like it is the house. It's like a pocket dimension, or I'm
It's like a
missing
pocket
something.
dimension, a frozen
Okay.
time pocket dimension.
Yeah, when we walked into the area, it like all lit up and everything's all fucked up.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, so there's
You
like
could
a
see
doorway
everything. You
to
could
a new city.
yeah. You could see everything. You could smell everything, all of it. You could feel the heat from the fires that are there. And Cordelia recognized that it was her symbol of Kelemvor, but also not only that. After looking around for a bit, this is her town from the attack.
So as Rin drops the silence, and like a flood of sound just comes,
Oh, yes.
and she like looks around and goes, "That creature can do this?"
This place is wrong.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been in here. But now that it's night, no one will be coming near this place. As he turns around, you can see him looking around. Goes to start checking different corners of this frozen in time, you know, almost diorama, but with actual people and beings.
Is everything here like alive, or is it just a picture?
As far as I've been able to tell, it's a picture. The only person who's alive or in here, I think he might be still on the second floor.
Rin immediately starts going there.
Wait, is he friendly? Do we need to kill him?
He's friendly. He's been stuck for a very long time in the menagerie. Don't mind his pale complexion. Unfortunately, the spell has unfortunately bound him to the time frame, from what it seems.
I don't think anything could surprise me after I met the Radiant Shields cleric.
Rin starts going up the stairs.
So,
To meet him.
alright. As you go upstairs, you can see a bedroom. Clearly, everything in here seems free-flowing, not frozen in time. Obviously, things have been brought into this bedroom. It looked like the bed was meant for probably a younger person, probably in their teen years. And at this point, you can see everything's very, very well used. As you look over, and you can see one man didn't even notice you come up, as he's staring very, very deeply into this very strange looking book. You could see different stacks of what looks like arcane knowledge just kind of tattered around, as this person's seemingly kind of mumbling to themselves with the almost strange silence and just the very soft, distinct burning of what seems like a small fireplace that he put into this area. With his back turned to you, you can see the lip of his collar, the leathery coat kind of hanging down. You see him just very deep in the book in itself. Vodov. As he clearly hears his name, sits up in shock. Vixen? What are you doing here? As he looks to Ren being in the main floor. Does everyone follow up to the 6th floor as well?
Yes.
Probably after I met him.
Like-
Yeah, Rod, you haven't talked much.
Leroy has stuff in his ears. He's just been.
It's true. He doesn't hear anything. Oh god. So
Anything that's important, like, has just.
You know, I admire his survival instinct.
Like, so, just been smiling and walking.
Cordelia and Leroy are up there as well with Gunther.
Yeah.
As I said, he's just following.
Alright. So, as he turns around and looks at all, you see him adjust his coat and sit upright and sets the marker in the book and goes to turn around. I wasn't expecting anyone after dusk. There's usually nobody here, Father. I'm surprised you came out this far. As he kind of starts stammering over his words, and he looks towards you, Cordelia. After a minute, he starts to collect himself. It's almost like he himself got frozen in time for a moment. As he slowly takes off the glasses and looks at you. He can't be. It's been too long. You'd be dead.
Shouldn't we all?
Cordelia?
Yeah.
And
How are you still here?
I got stuck when the spell happened. During the attack, I woke up later. Unfortunately, I just became part of his collection. How are you? At this point, you could see him step forward, and he's just trying to comprehend how it's even possible that you're alive and looking as young as you look. This isn't a trick, is it? It can't be.
I understand the feeling of disbelief. I'm in a similar situation myself. None of this should be here.
Shouldn't I? I agree wholeheartedly. It's amazing to see anyone after this long. Please, take a seat, all of you. You're all welcome. I can't believe this. Have you been affected by the same magic? Is there another menagerie piece that I've just not been told about?
I wouldn't think so. I didn't even know about this thing until recently.
I can't believe this. Why? The gods will. Oh. Did the church survive then?
Mostly.
Oh.
It's been a long time. This is the first time I've even seen any part of the town since since back then, really.
It's refreshing to know at least one other survived. I've been trying to figure out how to free these poor souls from this frozen hell, but I fear the only way would be just breaking the magic in itself, and unfortunately the effects would just let everyone fall to dust after this long.
But aren't they dust? Isn't it just a really old
A
set
far
piece?
preferable fate to what they've become.
Some, as he looks over to you, Kelly, there's some that are on the edge, the cusp, only images of themselves, but the ones in the middle, those are actual people. I've been fiddling with the arcane, trying to not garner too much attention, but I've come to no avail.
What? Would killing the Fagrim help?
I would have done it myself if I could have. I would have left here far sooner. I don't
What
have
is
much power.
this? What is? Why are you here?
Mantelpiece, I don't know. It's been years. stuck in this nightmare.
Can't just walk out?
The last time I tried, well, let's just say it was not a very fun experience. On that note, you do remember seeing the father's wounds. You don't see any wounds at all on him.
Hmm.
What is your right?
Raise up his right hand. I take it you've seen this mirror side as well.
This isn't that?
No. This is something far worse.
So you're telling me the creature we have to defeat can turn entire cities into...
Well, not entire cities, but portions frozen in time.
It does explain all those that went missing.
Hey, since we have a while, did this city have an alchemy shop? Because if we need to blow up a heart, I could probably make something a little bit bigger.
A little hard pressed seeing how everything unfortunately is pretty stuck in its place, but I do have a few tinkerings of my own. As he goes over to his desk and opens it up, you can see very distinctly he's been fiddling around with residium, different inks, and a few other herbs and such here. You can see many variations of scrawlings, all very obvious, different mathematical arcane incantations, clearly trying to undo what's been kind of just frozen in place.
No, I don't think any of this will explode. I need something that blows up a lot bigger.
Well,
Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
the only thing I could think of is maybe a fireball, but if I started slinging that, I think that I might garner a little more attention than I'd like.
Oh no, we have a plan that involves hopefully not having to touch the Vagrim, if our guess is correct.
You won't even have to touch him.
Hopefully not.
You don't have to tell me, but I'll help you with what I can.
Well, it's made out of flesh. That hence my interest in something that blows up.
You think acid would work?
Maybe? I mean, I've seen a lot of abominations so far. Maybe their flesh is acid resistant, I don't know.
Josh, I'm gonna try to think. Would dispelling him help?
Dispel would definitely be powerful enough maybe for one or two people. In the entire scale of this whole entire place, you'd probably need to cast it at a far more intense level.
Right, but him maybe.
Maybe, yes. On a quick side note, though, as well, Cordelia, you do see that his skin is as pale as yours, but maybe just a bit more.
Oh, I mean, we are being kind of rude here. I'm Kaldir.
Pleasure to meet you. It's Rod of Dusk.
Jesus Christ, that name. Vorderdusk.
Vod of Dursk.
That's you're not making it better.
hitting you with those fucking legendary names, boy.
Getting hit by that, like, sounds like a Norwegian name.
I have to ask out of curiosity, aren't you? You ain't managed to get here. Perhaps this isn't the time. So, sorry. I'm overexcited to see someone from the old city.
Well, I can give you the abbreviated version if you want. Doesn't really hurt anybody.
I'd be more than happy. At this point, you do see there is no food at all in this place.
It's a little disturbing. So, we're from the Radiant Shield. You probably haven't been outside in a long time. Basically, it's a group that solves problems for the common people that nobody else really can. The local Mages Guild was not Mages Guild, sorry. Clerics Guild. Church was unable to use magic, so we began our investigation and ended on the conclusion that a large acid-spitting magic-stealing worm was taking all of their magic. And we headed down here to find your friend over here, the father. And that's when we encountered this hellscape. We are, in truth, we're here to solve the problem which appears to be killing the Fagrim.
This is definitely welcome. The most I could provide is maybe distraction. You can see he's starting to mull over as much as he can different ideas to assist. I'm not the most doable. I know it sounds a bit odd. I do perform better at night, but
is there even a night in this place? It's really bright in here.
well, it's just unfortunate. There's no actual sunlight in this place, and being frozen. But it's definitely an interesting life, I will say. But you get used to it. The paleness doesn't really bother you after a while. The horrible visages, though. Let's just say I visit the orchards a lot more often than not for a refreshing view.
Oh, good. I was going to tell you what those apples are made of. I hope you already know.
I usually stay away from Jokson's crops area.
That would be wise.
Yes. At this point, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Joe. What were you gonna say?
No, it's fine. At this point, he does what?
You could just see him kind of chuckle. Yes, I don't exactly enjoy having had my hands work those crops. And Cordelia, when you do that, Vada pings us it.
Of course.
As you say, he's like he looks at I'm sorry, what? You need something, Cordelia.
I just draw my silver sword and point it at him.
Whoa!
He raises his hands like, hey, did I offend you? I'm sorry.
Explain yourself, Vodaf.
I explain as he kind of backs up. You can see Vuxian is just completely lost. He's looking like hand ready on the maul, but he's like waiting to see what plays out from this.
The state
Leroy's-
of this town. A cruel twist of the natural order of things. Why is it that you seem to be okay?
Leroy's still smiling. This is happening. His sword spawns behind him and sticks into the ground.
At this point, you can see Vodov is just tripping over himself. Like, I
have no idea what's happening.
yeah, Leroy's.
I don't think anyone does here.
No, like people are talking. He sees lips moving. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing registering.
Those are some damn good cloth earplugs.
Yeah. Well, he stuffed them really deep in there.
Oh, dude, we're
He could feel his brain with them.
getting a little bit of the juice off it, you know.
What?
Can't have all.
At this point, you see Vodov is kind of tripping over. The spell didn't affect me the same as everyone else. I'm not entirely sure why, but I've been trying to use it to help them.
Know our order's stance. Do you even realize what you've become?
Cordelia, please. I know that if you could see just genuine. If he was able to cry, he'd definitely be crying at this point. I know what I've become. I've spent years trying to fix it. You see it, don't you?
There is no fixing it. Should have ended yourself the moment it happened.
Like our Lord would forgive us for what happened to me. I didn't have a choice in the matter.
Well, now you do. Because if you don't do it yourself, I'll do it for you.
Wait a minute, Cordelia. This is going too far.
He's undead, Ren.
And he's trying to make the most of it.
Making the most of it would have been killing himself immediately.
But I can help them. Those downstairs, I know I can.
Not
There is
everyone
no
is given.
helping them.
Not everyone is given a boon by the gods, like you.
A boon? This is a curse. What he has is the same, only much worse.
So are you
Everyone
undead
here
then?
should be dead.
I thought I could redeem myself for what I've done.
Rin turns around to him and says, "Tell me, have you consumed a human life?"
You just see the most dejected form of a man you can. Yes.
Wait, what? Who did you eat? Isn't everybody here dead?
Salvation for all these people be the release of death. That is how we save what is left of this town.
You know our Lord would have no mercy on me.
That is for him to judge, not me.
Perhaps this is my reckoning then. I may be able to help you though. And one last repentance.
Go on.
The menagerie he keeps. Many of those creatures in there are damnable. If I free enough, they'll create enough chaos to be able to take down more of the abominations that reside in this town. And it also might provide a chance for you to find at this point, you can see he's hesitating, even continuing.
But what of the people here?
The people in this house,
People-
the residents who live here, those who stay close to the creature, are only his most trusted and those already lost to his madness. At this point, you can see he looks you dead in the eyes, Cordelia. I'm so sorry. I know this may not even permit you to let me help you, but I know the item that keeps this place frozen in time.
Why didn't you mention that earlier? That sounds like a good piece of information.
So if it's destroyed, then all of them will die.
But they're all already dead, and you say they're all dust.
I've been trying to.
They should have died a long time.
I thought I could repent by saving them. I'm the one who used it on this place.
Do you think it's possible? How much longer do you need? Could you save these people? Could you release them?
Without the creature breathing down my neck, probably in a couple of months.
Cordelia, this could be a blessing in disguise. Who are you to take away these lives?
Like, aren't these lives already taken away though, Rin? They're
Some
all
of
dead.
them. Some of them. He said the ones in the center aren't.
I'm a hound of the judge of the damned. These people should have died a long time ago. I'll give them to him, regardless of whether or not they still live.
But what justice is there in that?
The justice that he metes out for them.
We all meet our end at some point. Let me help you. And then kill me after.
Fine. Know that you only live so long as you are still useful.
Thank you. I will be sure to keep watch and make sure no one enters.
The dome of this building.
This building.
This isn't right. She'll say as she storms off.
I don't like what's going on here, but it could be worse, honestly. I could be responsible for another 15 people that died, so I'll leave this to your judgment.
I'll only ask. This is towards the group, not Vodaf. How long do we plan to wait here?
I was just planning to wait out the night.
Alright.
While moving in the daylight sounds idiotic, it gives us the benefit of not being attacked by a creature so fearsome that it has yet to be observed by a living creature.
Best that we move during the day.
I'm gonna go bar the door.
I will be keeping watch just outside. Rest well. At this, you can see Vodaf steps out and gives you the run of the house that he was staying in. At this point, you can see the door for any of those who look out in the window or any such area. You can see that he maintains a watch over the main door that you come through in the main entryway, and you can see him very deeply thinking as he stares out over the carnage.
So, Cordelia, if you don't mind me asking, are you cursed like all of them? Or is it a different curse?
I don't know. Some told me it was a blessing. I always thought of it as a curse. Never did find out which it was.
Is it just that you live a really long time? Is that the end of it?
As far as I know.
Well, that doesn't sound much like a curse to me.
For someone of my beliefs, it is.
I mean, doesn't it just mean your natural death has been postponed?
Perhaps. I pray that Kellenborg feels the same way that you do.
Well, you know that you're not undead. You can still be wounded. I've seen you valiantly standing up to all kinds of awful things.
True, but we all have our destined time, and I do feel I have far outlived mine.
I suppose anybody in your position would. Does that mean that you've been around longer than the Fagrim, or did the Fagrim cause the curse?
I don't know, but if it really can speak, we'll have an opportunity to ask it.
I can confirm to you it does speak. I did hear its voice.
And maybe we can beat an answer out of it.
I wonder if it eats all magic. Does magic even affect it?
Oh shit.
See, I wanted to make a really big explosive, but if I can't, I don't even have access to an alchemy shop, so there's no way I can make more gunpowder. I mean, yeah, I can't move anything in the town. There's no way I could. There's no way I could just go walk around and collect resources, because also might be a bad idea.
You could go and take a look around.
I was going to go walk around outside, Cordelia. Did you want to come with me? Going to destroy a lot of flesh. I'm hoping there's something I can move that involves fuel.
No, I don't really want to look at it.
Alright, well, if you rebar the door after I leave, I'll knock 4 times if it's me. Anybody else, it's probably some kind of evil abomination here to kill you.
Alright.
Okay, we're going town venturing.
Alrighty. So, go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Investigator Caldier looks around for ammunition. Gets a 7. Didn't try too hard.
So, looking around, you do find some wood pulp and other items. Clearly, Vodov has been crafting quite a bit, and probably had made most of his own furniture in the time that he's been here. For the most other pieces, find just common flint, wood, and tinder, and not too much else. The wood pulp seems the most interesting, and it would catch very quickly.
At least I can use it for torches.
Where were the knights of Kellenborg? Are they at the bottom?
They're held up at the house, not too far from the entrance. You'd actually see Vodov kind of watching over the main door that sticks out in the middle of the cobblestone walkway.
Rin, having left earlier, will start. What's up?
So as you arrive, you could see clearly other people, some children, the few knights that are in the windows, some on the second floor, clearly just crossbowmen and such, more simple folk, obviously following the order, but seem more quickly called to arms, and probably different priests and such of the order that had just quickly taken up arms to defend the town.
So there's children?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. What's like the youngest looking one?
The youngest looking one seems to be about 4 years old, being quickly led into the house by his mother.
If there's any fucking criteria. Okay, we're gonna try dismount. I'm gonna assume in 3rd level.
So, 3rd level dispel.
Yep.
I was gonna say, isn't it like a contested thing if it's
Yep.
above a 3rd level?
Yep. I need to roll 1d20 plus my ability modifier against the 10 plus the DC spell.
Against their DC.
Yeah. Oh no, against the spell up. The DC is 10 plus.
10 plus spell level DC.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I completely forgot I had that lich dust. I think I'll just head back and examine that after I get all the wood pulp.
Alright.
Okay, well, here we fucking go. Oh! Shit. She's gonna use inspiration. If there was ever a fucking time to
Yeah.
save a fucking child.
Ooh.
Much better. So, you see a shutter, and slowly movement.
Surprised that it even works, Rin will rush forward and like try to, like grab the child gently.
As you do, you hear a brief moment of "Mom," before you see the face start rapidly aging. The face inks in. You see the skin wither and dry out. And even the clothes start breaking down into dust.
No.
Before finally, there's nothing but dust in your hands and just tattered cloth.
And she falls to her knees, with the dust slipping through her fingers.
At this point, you feel a hand on your shoulder. You look up, you see Rodolph. This is the fate I was trying to avoid for them. But I thank you for your effort. At least Cordelia will be pleased to know that one is free.
Death isn't freedom.
At this point, you do feel his fingers kind of shift a little on your shoulder. Do you fear death? I do myself. I know my actions are unreconcilable.
You had no choice.
Yes, I fed on people. I did disgusting acts to prolong my own unnatural life when I could have let myself wither. Though I do offer you the chance of immortality. You seek to do as much good as I wish to do as well. But I have a promise to keep to Cordelia. Clearly you have an intent in doing as much good as possible as well. Clearly you have great goodness in your heart as well. Stealing that away from the world would only darken it further.
What are you talking about? You want me to become like you?
I only offer this gift to those I know who could put it to great use. And seeing that you're here with your compatriots, face of certain death of whatever this creature may be, completely blind and unknowing, only with the Father to help you, guide you through these dark hours. Who better than to give a chance at immortality to someone who put it to the best use?
At this point, she stands up, dusts herself off, and looks him straight in the eye. I have lived long enough to know that these things come at a great price.
They always do.
So I will respectfully decline. But I do not agree that you should be dying before your purpose is unfilled. It's wrong. The story is all wrong.
As harsh as it may sound, some are born to die, others to suffer for a cause they may never know. Get some rest. You're going to need it for tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will not be able to step out and help you.
Here. She reaches into her pocket, takes out some opium. Let's at least relax a little bit. The end comes.
Be nice.
And she lights her pipe, and if he's willing, we'll share
He,
a smoke with Vodaf.
He'll definitely share a smoke with you and relax in the almost eerie serene of the carnage around. So, back in the main room, we see Father Kaldeth is tending to himself as best he can, and pulling out different items clearly from his time as the head of the guild. You see him kind of fidgeting here and there with his symbol, preparing himself mentally as he's clearly praying the whole time, and also a little stunned and taking in the prospect that Vodaf has been a vampire this whole time. So, after a bit more preparation, and Rin, you finish having your smoke with Vodaf, you head back to the room, or do you take one of the other side rooms nearby?
I suppose one of the side rooms.
And Leroy, unfortunately, your friend is not there to play chess.
It's time to study this lich dust.
Alrighty. Let me see what I want to have you roll for that.
Alchemist kit.
Yeah. Hit me with that alchemy. Intellect.
Wisdom. Alright, intellect, yeah, that works.
Yeah, damn. Alright. So, after testing with some of the lich dust, you have 2 prospects in mind, where after boiling it down and extracting some of the more necrotic properties of it, you know that you could probably make a much more potent poison from this, as well as the other almost ectoplasmic vapors that have kind of been run off from boiling it down as well. Very possible to make a potion of invulnerability.
Oh, wow. I don't even know what the hell a potion of vulnerability does.
But you know, unfortunately, from your experimentations, you would only have the option to make 1 or 2. And you would have to just figure out on which one you would prefer to, as you know, boiling it down would have somewhat of a vaporous effect, but not enough. But if you turn it up to increase the vaporous effect while boiling it down, it would ruin the poison, as it would congeal too much and not really have enough to sink into a target once it's been put on a blade.
Oh, I definitely want those potions of invulnerability. You kidding me?
Alright, go ahead and
You have resistance to all damage?
give me another alchemist tool with the intellect.
Oh no. I have a good feeling about this, Kaldir. I have faith in you. You know, that wasn't too bad, Kaldir.
You give it a real solid try, but unfortunately the temperatures are just too inconsistent. The first one's just completely ruined at this point. It wasn't enough runoff, and the ectoplasm that's been produced from it is just not thick enough.
Alright, well,
Add
we
your
tried.
own hot goo to it, make it thicker.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what, alchemist
Inspired.
tools bite me eye. Well, you know, maybe you shouldn't be smoking opium out there.
Hey, maybe. Maybe you should have mentioned something, huh?
Or she
I mean,
fucking
I don't think
killed a
I'm aware of
child.
your metaphysical effects on reality.
Hey, you know, whenever she's around, you're better at shit. All you need.
I'm better for one action once every couple minutes.
Exactly, dude. You're just super lucky when she's around.
Okay, well, I'm gonna waste the rest of the lich dust real quick.
Alright. Yes, unfortunately, it is quite ruined for the second batch. You could tell that you were able to pull out the properties of what it could do, but unfortunately getting the temperatures right between boiling it off the excess poison and getting the ectoplasm to just form out from the mists as well. It's just far too difficult right now, and with the limited amount that you had, unfortunately, the rest is ruined with that.
Maybe I shouldn't have tried to perform alchemy under stress.
Alright, so, Cordelia, as you take a walk, you do see a few recognized faces from the church that had gone missing. Some of the braver clerics that had run out and quickly taken up arms, knowing that families would be helpless as soon as the town guard went down. You see the few different families that were more living more in the estate houses with the other kind of apartment places, different groups with children. You recognize some to actually have been your neighbors. One of them, a mother, who was running into the house of the very building where you see most of the most recognizable faces. It's definitely the mother of 3 or 4 children, from what you remember. You'd see her hand was kind of outreached, like she was pulling something along, but nothing is there now. It's the distinct pile of dust. But as you're looking around, you can see the other clerics of the order, some fighting and valiantly crushing into the undead, even though clearly there's another four just behind them coming in very quickly. You see the other priests that weren't as apt in battle, healing the few peasants inside, all clearly from different parts of town that were heading towards the church itself. You recognize one of the head clerics taught you a few things here and there before your curse had happened. He taught you the main teachings of Kalimdor, frozen in time, as he's has one ghoul kind of crunched into his side, another one clawing at his neck. He's raising his hammer high with the shield, the symbol of Kalimdor on the front of it, just bringing his hammer down as much force as he can, as the others are surrounding him at the front of the house, and you can see the distinct looks of horrors. The other fathers and clerics that have been taking up the arms and crossbows were trying to assist him before he started getting overwhelmed.
Alright, first I want to Eyes of the Grave to see if the frozen undead still actually register as dead.
For this, every single one of them still register as undead.
I really don't like this place.
You see all sorts of variations, from regular zombies that clearly got back up after being chewed and ripped apart, occasional crawling claw hands that are clearly moving, others that are squeezing the life out of peasants, some that are clearly ghouls, more nimble, running around and tearing into people. Roll me investigation or perception.
I'll definitely go with perception. It is way high.
Holy shit. I just heard something fucking explode not too far away.
Jeez.
It's ominous as fuck, man. I think lightning just struck into you. Fucking. Close that window because it's creeping me the fuck out. Anyway, as you're looking around, you could, as you actually do look around your Eyes of the Grave, you see a shimmer clearly of where Vodolf was standing. Very distinct imagery of the very orb that he used that day, and it shines out in a vibrant blue. You get a very distinct feeling that he was already a vampire when he used this item that day. From the frozen, almost picturesque scene of where he was, as you look and you can see his residual image. You see far in the distance above the distinct look that you saw in the image in the tapestry. It looks like it was weaving spells overhead. It's a very distinct image of the Fagrim in the sky.
Oh no.
At this point, you realize that the Fagrim was there that day, but at the same time, it is very clear that when Vodov had used this item, it looked like 3 other clerics were coming to stop him, and clearly weaving spells, and were probably about to strike him down before this item was used.
Okay. That upper cleric that was like surrounded by the ghouls.
Yeah, the one who taught you some of the prayers.
Yeah, I take off my amulet and I just kind of like stepping in between like the stuff, reach up and just put it around his neck, and then head back to our current base.
Alright. You set that down. Very, very distinct amount of sadness, but glad that he was clearly making the best final stand he could, protecting innocence and slaying the undead.
Oh, hey. You know, actually, I forgot something I had in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
I do have all this lantern oil. I don't know why I had a lantern. But I did buy one.
So, yes, you have plenty of lantern oil then. So,
See, we could use that to start a fire.
definitely could.
I don't know what on earth possessed me since I was given dark vision to buy a hooded lantern and 3 containers of lantern oil, but I hadn't even noticed I had them in here.
Oh, you know, you bought it because Cordelia can't fucking.
Yeah, I was looking out for Cordelia before I even met her.
Cause it's nice to not have to.
Oh, that's why I bought it, so then I could see in color.
Yeah, I was about to say not see pure black and white. So, as you bed down for the night and prepare yourselves for tomorrow, Vodov doesn't move from watching the door. Just occasionally glances out over the disturbing mosaic of the city frozen in time. As you all wake up, you do feel refreshed. Not sure what time it is at the current standing, but you do look out after your long rest, and you do see Vodov still watching the door very diligently. Though you can see that he's obviously shifted back and forth quite a bit, and he's in a little more distant posture, and has taken a seat on one of the steps and is keeping an eye on it while reading a small little handbook.
Nobody got kidnapped by a giant worm in the middle of the night. That seems everybody's good. Well, assuming that we went to bed around when it got dark, we probably have about another hour or so before dawn. If we even have the concept of hours. Another short while before dawn.
At this point, you're not sure what time it is, but you do see Vodaf in the distance perk up, just quickly stand up, and you can see there's a very clear look of nervousness to his stance.
I stroll decisively toward the situation.
At this, you start getting up to him, and let me check something.
Well, maybe actually, considering he's already by the front door, I'm gonna go like check if there's like a window. I'm gonna look outside.
Alright. So you look around. Unfortunately, every window is just a part of the cityscape.
Like I can't see anything outside of them.
You can see where Vodaf is in the cityscape, but not the actual town itself. It's still the frozen picturesque. At this point, you can see Vodaf is quickly running back. And you see the front door to the cobblestone path open up. And you don't hear any noise. And suddenly you hear Vodaf running up the stairs. It looks like absolute darkness outside. And you just hear him just pounding on the door like, "Don't look outside! Don't look outside until I tell you it's safe!"
Alright, I'm just gonna stop looking outside. I trust Undead Man.
Alright.
We'll go. Natural is no. Oh, she resists her curiosity.
Alrighty. So,
I am still asleep.
Alright. Alright, so the Kaldoff is listens to Vodaf as well. And stays with us. Ironic name, I know.
I just realized that called off.
I'm calling this Doff.
So, as you hear something stepping closer, sounds like somebody's feet dragging like flesh on stone. Eventually, at this point, you can hear something entering the house down below. As it kind of creeps around, you can hear the heavy footsteps going all the way up.
I was gonna say, while I was doing that, can I set something up at the front door?
Yes.
Okay. I want to just like at the door set magic circle.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm just gonna leave it on all 5 times. I don't give a fuck. No one's coming through this door.
Alright. Unfortunately, Rin, you're still in a side room?
Yes.
Alright.
Wait, no. Wait, maybe? I don't know. That's a hard one. I mean, I heard him say, "Don't go look at a window."
Mm-hmm.
But there's windows in the side room, right?
Yes. But
Okay, let's say, yeah.
Alright. So, you can clearly hear these footsteps coming up the stairs. You hear a very distinct sound from Vodaf as he quickly runs across the way and moves into your room, Rin, suddenly. And as he kind of just quickly closes the door, he tucks over towards you tightly. He just says, "Don't make a sound." At this point, Cordelia, you just immediately just hear at the door, as something's clearly trying to push it open. But even the magic circle itself is just resisting it, as you just see the hinge of the door kind of open just a touch, as it barely managed to open the knob, but it doesn't even get the door open as the circle blocks it. And after which you hear the feet scraping away again. You can hear it going through each section of the house. And then when it gets over to your room, Rin, Vodaf just holds you tight, and he's like, "Resist the urge to look. Close your eyes."
I don't think this should be a 1d2, but I don't know what to make it.
Make it a 1d100. 10 is to look. 10,
Okay.
10 and below is to look. Alright.
Closes her eyes.
Alright, so as you hear the feet scraping and dragging closer, you can feel Vodaf kind of like shifting you around the room, and you can hear it constantly behind you. You can tell he's just trying to keep you for some reason at distance from this creature best as he can.
Right, so like putting himself in between.
Exactly.
Okay.
In which, at this point, you could feel... You felt these energies before. You know that these are almost very sickly, like life-draining energies that are nearby. And that if you were any closer, it'd probably be ebbing the very life away from you. Which, at this point, you can hear the scraping. Turn and pivot, and it stops just right near Vodaf, as he kind of, for some reason suddenly pushes you away from his chest and pushes you as far away as possible from him, but holding onto your shoulders to kind of keep you guided. Before finally you can hear the scrapes start moving away again. And at this point, you can hear the door finally creak as it starts going down the hall again. And finally you hear the heavy footsteps going down before it finally leaves the house, and you can hear the feet tracking going down the cobblestone way. From what you can hear, you can tell that whatever this creature is still somewhere in this menagerie. Might not have seen you, not sure if it can see you, but whatever this thing is, it's nearby.
What was that?
worst creature that he's collected in his menagerie from the Underdark. I've seen the result when a group of guards doing patrols. The Fagrim thought it was funny to let them out one night just to see if the guards were paying attention, and there was 20 dead in the morning. Some unholy creature that worships Orcus. I've never looked at it myself, but I know better than to risk that myself. It's a foolish endeavor. I hear you, and just looking upon its faces, it'll suck the very soul from your body. I may be a vampire, but I don't even wish to test the powers of that kind of creature. If we're going to get you out of here, we have to do it quietly. Go to your friends. I'll make sure it doesn't come back in through the door.
Thank you. She says as she rushes out.
You see Vodov quickly rush down, bars the back door of the house that you're staying in, and goes to the front and occasionally glances outside and then just shuts it and just keeps an ear tightly pressed against the door itself.
Prin runs up into the room upstairs.
So, you all see the door finally swing fully open. Rin bursts through. The father raises up his maul, terrified for a moment.
We are in way over our heads here.
What makes you think that all of a sudden? The giant acid-spitting magical worm didn't convince you of that earlier. Giant acid-spitting flying worm that also eats magic. Is there anything
Yeah, I was going to
worse
say,
than that?
did we confirm that it spits acid? The magic bit we knew.
I mean,
That's no
is it all that weird that it spits acid? We saw the
Yeah.
burn marks.
It
At least-
probably spits acid.
See, there we go. But anyways, what are we going to do? That didn't sound like a very good noise. Is the Fagrim here?
No, it's apparently some sort of freakish. The most powerful thing Vagrant has, and
Well, it's probably close enough to daylight outside, and that thing might be the thing that we were being warned about in the first place, so... But we leave while it's busy. We head outside, we start a big fire, and then we go for that shack, and let's see where it takes us.
Agreed. Heading fire to any of the buildings nearby would be a very good distraction. This is the only house that I know of. Well, judging by your whim, Cordelia, I assume you have no issues of any more of this place had been destroyed as a result.
If we're lucky, it'll all be gone once we get rid of that thing. Destroying a bit in advance is... not an issue.
We're setting fire to the menagerie now? But we're just going to set fire to the town. I don't really mind either way.
The town is its menagerie.
So I need a physics double check here, okay?
Alright.
So we are inside of a like 2-story house, right?
Correct.
Inside of a large time bubble
Mm-hmm.
that is full of like a battle in progress, okay?
Yes. You do still feel
And-
the heat from the fires.
Okay, and then from outside this time bubble, it's all dark in here, right?
Correct.
And beyond this time bubble, there's also the town that we entered originally that still appears normal, right?
Yes, but you cannot see it from here. You can only see it from the door that you entered through.
Okay. I'm just double checking so I understand what's going on.
Anything further in the distance, you can only see shadow images of, which is why Cordelia was able to see the shape of the Fagrim.
Oh, well. Let's get to it then.
Alright. So, start heading down the stairs, and you can see Vodov is like still very tightly pressed up against the door, listening intently as much as he can.
Alright. We can't go back into that room that I put the circle on for an hour.
Can't dismiss it?
He's a vampire. He's undead. The circle stops undead from going through it. It's in the door.
Vodov can't go through the doorway to his bedroom now.
When he put across.
So, he as he looks up, he's like, "Shh. I don't know if the creature is still nearby." Are you? It should be light out, and the creature hates the sunlight.
That's why I assumed it might be still dark out. Is that if it's out here, that means it traveled here in the dark, right?
Yes, right before the dawn finished raising him. I don't know if it came in here, just looking for a place to escape the sun. But be careful.
Yeah, the Fagrim might have had it out all night trying to find us.
It didn't seem to recognize Rin when it looked. Oh, this.
They never got a good look at us. The Fagrim has never seen us.
In luck then. Wow. I'll go first. And you can see, though very oddly, a very distinct look of fear on a vampire.
Dracula gets spooked.
As he slowly opens the door, looking out. He's quickly glancing about, and as he slowly goes outside. It's very clear all clear for what I see right now.
Alright. Hopefully we'll come back with a dead Fagrim. Let's go.
So, everyone going down the street, go ahead and hit me with a stealth.
Well, we aren't just gonna be hit by silence. We're gonna have to all try to fucking roll
Huh?
stealth.
Oh no, I said we were doing silence.
We're all gonna die.
We're all super
Yeah.
gonna die. Alright, let me hit that
Absolutely.
disadvantage button. for my +1 modifier.
Is Joseph even here?
You'll
Do we want to wait a minute?
Ah.
I think Joseph isn't even here. We should give Joseph a chance to try to intervene before Cordelia rolls a natural one and
Yeah.
vaults the creature over. The natural one's still gonna stand if nothing happens. Let's pretend like it isn't there for right now. Joseph.
Yosef? Oh,
Sorry, guys. Okay.
no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I see stealth
Okay.
checks are.
Cordelia
Going very
rolled
well.
it, assuming you were here. Well, we're trying to sneak out of the town right now with the creature possibly close by.
Oh,
The bubble town.
shit.
So,
Well,
We're
I mean,
wondering
we've
if,
established that it's about making a sound and not looking at it, right?
Yeah. He
So
said
could
it.
could I use silence here?
yep. So, obviously, you don't need to roll stealth then if you're just going to move out of
Well,
it.
it doesn't make us invisible.
Oh, no, it doesn't, but... let me double check.
It's out of line of sight, so I mean, as long as we aren't making noise, it wouldn't run back over.
Correct. So you just making a beeline for the door? No, avoiding the main street?
Yeah.
Alright.
Probably even like running for it.
Alright. And, with Rin's silence, you guys don't make a single noise.
Let me know when that 10 minutes is up.
So, right when you start running for it, you could see Vodov is trying to keep eyes and move ahead. He's not making a single noise, even though he's just outside the reach. Sitting over by one of the major doors, you could see him moving up, and then he stops for a brief moment. He just holds up one hand as he looks over, and you don't hear what he's saying. And then he obviously tries to speak a little bit more, but it's just mouthing. And then he just pulls out a small little piece of parchment and just starts writing down on from one of his ink pens that he has. That body wasn't there before.
Body?
And he points over to what looks like a pile of rags with two gangly, gnarled looking arms and legs sticking out. And it's over by where the house that was being defended near the door, to the exit door of the cobble street. But it's laying down, and it looks like almost like one of the bodies from the higher up cleric that had its head bashed in, but it looks far too aged and withered comparatively.
How close are we to it?
Looking at a distance, as you could just see that it's just a pile of rags with arms and legs sticking out, you're a good 20 feet.
My eyes of the grave to see if it's undead.
Definitely undead. Probably the biggest undead aura you've seen.
I draw my sword, point at it, and then do like the thumb across the neck motion.
Alright.
Kalir looks at you and points at it and draws the thumb several times across his neck. With a questioning look. Looks pretty dead to me.
I don't know, man.
Just shake my head, point at my eyes, then to it, and then I point at Vodaf.
He sits upright and he's like goes to shake his head no, and then
I can see casting silence has created more issues.
Well, silence, you can't do any spoken component either.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, can't do verbal spell components.
I point at that exit and cross my hands, and then I point all around. I'm trying to pantomime is there another exit?
Just shakes his head, no. At this point, you can see Vodaf holds up a hand. You can see him think for a minute. He just gives one knowing look towards Cordelia, and immediately starts running in the other direction. And you could see him going down one of the alleys. Clearly, I will lead it away. As soon as he gets out of the distance of Rin's spell, you can hear the footfalls echoing.
No, we can't hear anything.
Oh, that's right, because of the sun.
Yeah, you're deafened in the zone too.
Yeah.
So,
Run
immediately,
a silent movie.
immediately as it breaks the silence for the Bodak, and he's out of range of your spell, you see this creature sit up. And as it sits up, is anyone looking at it?
I'm specifically not looking at anything.
I mean, we're all kind of putting our attention to it, so it's like, didn't it look like? Did it look like again?
Just a pile of rags with gangly arm and legs coming out of it as I was laying there.
Yeah, I mean, I already was looking at it with the eyes. Of the
I don't think I can. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Bryn was.
All right. So, and was Leroy looking at it, Brad?
Sure, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's gonna Emperor Palpatine us.
Ah! Alrighty, so
I'll probably end up looking at it anyway when it starts to do things. So.
yeah, like I said, you guys are gonna hate me after this session. Alright, so Kaldir, obviously you weren't gonna look because you looked and just kind of looked away.
Yeah, I was looking to see if there's any other exits when he did this. So.
Yeah. So, alright, I'll do one for the father as well.
Damn, everybody's fucking looking at it.
I mean, it was a big. We don't know what the thing looks like.
I thought it was just like a crumpled corpse on the ground.
It
Like
looks
it wasn't like a big dead body.
It looks like a crumpled corpse on the ground. It's a little bit taller, not too big. Still medium class.
It's a hell of a bear trap.
Yeah. Alrighty, so fucking gods, you are going to hate me. Make a Constitution saving throw. Leroy, Cordelia, Ren.
No.
YOLO.
Ooh, very nice. Leroy.
That's why we don't make those.
Alrighty.
I'm rolling really low.
For those who see this
Leroy.
creature turn quickly and then head snaps clearly towards the sound of Vodov. Those who made it, you're going to take 10 psychic damage. Very lucky there. As you suddenly see the sunken eye and a beady red eye of this creature as its head snaps for a brief moment and immediately gets up and takes off sprinting at this unnatural speed. The father and Leroy.
Tell me I fall to 0. Say it.
You fall to 0.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So many instant death mechanics.
Wow. Oh, God.
That's why this is the most feared creature in its arsenal. But you see it completely just start hauling after Vodov, and the door's clear.
I can't believe there isn't another exit to this place, I'm thinking.
At this point, all of you kind of looking down, and also Rin, make a Constitution saving throw. Gotta.
Oh!
All right, so silence is off as suddenly Vuxian and Leroy hit the ground.
Sound?
Yep, and we're gonna.
Sound.
I will put a little symbol for the door.
Initiative, please.
Yep.
Oh.
I'll grab Leroy, he's lighter.
Oh.
Ooh, I get to die first.
Caldeia, do you have a potion?
I have 3.
Good.
Oh, let me get the father on there.
I get your wounds.
Also good.
God.
Wait, where?
Be lucky that was the father.
Oh.
Yeah, can you imagine if it was that other thing?
Wait, what's that 20 for? Oh, that's the father, okay.
That was his initiative.
I thought that was like the damage he was taking. I'm like, why does he get a separate damage roll?
Alrighty, so.
Now he can die faster.
Alright. That was his roll. So, Leroy, go ahead and hit me with a death save.
Yo, ready for this negative, for this nat 1? I'm ready. Oh, yeah.
Close enough.
Alright, Caldeia.
I'm at 2, I believe.
So you heard for a brief time.
Wait, how are you at 2?
I failed the last one I did.
No, when you get health back, it's
They reset when you have a long rest.
Really?
well long
I don't
rest
remember
or
that
when
at
you
all.
get HP back. If you get HP back, it resets the death counter.
Does it? I thought it was just a long rest.
Nope.
It feels like just long rest.
Nope, it's whenever you get your HP back and you're no longer unconscious.
Okay.
It's really hard to die.
If something hits you, you get 2 auto fails.
Really easy to do.
I'm gonna hold my action because the Ren has advertised they can save him, and I mean,
Alright, so you hold your action. As you heard both the father and Leroy fall, you did hear the brief slaps of the creature's feet and immediately as it like pivot turned.
that is fucking scary.
You know the creature turned around, but you're not sure how far it is.
No, a crit is 2 failures.
Oh, so nat 1 is 2 failures automatically.
Yeah, and nat 1 is 2 failures, as well as taking damage is 1 failure unless you get crit.
Well, obviously.
In which case it's 2.
Yeah, coup de grace, incapacitated, is 2 failures automatically anyway, because it's auto crit.
Obviously.
So who you getting up?
Ooh.
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting to see who Cordelia gets up, and I'm just gonna get the other person
Ah.
out. Well, I mean, or Ren.
Leroy is technically the one in front of me, so I'll give him the second level cure wounds for 20 hit points.
Alright.
I like not having to roll.
So, Leroy, you get 20 HP.
That's what I like to hear.
Leroy's just gonna start playing I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Yep.
That's that Constitution check, boys.
I
Saves
even have
lives.
stuff in Constitution check.
Alrighty. Is that all, Cordelia?
For now, yeah.
Alright. Rin.
We're gonna reach out and touch the father. Pump a cure wounds 3rd level. Please roll it. Or I should probably, right?
Yep. So, you see breath come back to his chest. What? What's that? Alrighty.
And I will bonus action inspire. No.
No.
Yeah, no. Caldir.
Why are you inspiring me? I don't know if I want to be inspired in this situation.
Because we have a held attack.
We need to get them out of here.
Well, then I'll use my held action to help my dragonborn brother stand up.
I have no idea why I keep falling down like that.
Feel bad for this poor man. He's just gotten death stared. Alright, and I guess that we should probably all be moving towards the door.
Yeah.
So I'm
Quickly
gonna
now, quickly.
Move my my full speed towards the door.
Alright.
Wait. 5.
5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
I could action surge, but I feel like if I action surged, I would not only look like a complete fucking jackass, I'd also probably need to turn back around and save everybody else.
You know how it always goes.
Alrighty.
What? You guys don't all get an extra action? Oh.
Oh, take a 2-level different fighter next time.
So, you hear the feet coming back towards the main lane.
I can stop it. Just run towards the door.
Are you sure that's a good idea? I'd rather you didn't sacrifice yourself.
Alright, so you could hear it right at the corner, about to turn.
Just make sure everybody makes it.
And at this point, you can see the creature fully come into view.
As soon as it does. Wait, actually, I don't know what the. Actually, no.
Oh damn, it just jump scares at the fucking corner.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking yikes in the yard. Do I need to make my save now? Because I mean, I'm looking at the fucking door I'm running.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Caldir, I believe in you. Thank you, Caldir.
Oh.
You brace yourself and you're just like, oh, very nice, boyos. You brace yourself, just like, and you feel like the very essence of yourself is about to jump out, but you steady yourself and force your own essence back into your body.
Much damage.
Oh God. As you both take 20 psychic damage as its blazing red eyes, now starting to get brighter, looks over towards both of you. Seeing you both is going to take the rest of its actions to start moving over towards you. Just immediately, you could feel.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You could feel this sickly presence. So, Leroy Cordelia, the father just immediately just averts his eyes at this point. Make constitutions.
Yes, because I'm pretty sure I'm still leaning over.
I'm not looking at it again.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm picking him up still. He didn't get up.
all right,
He's on the ground.
all right. So you
Yeah.
both.
Also, is it like you have to look at its eyes? I mean, clearly we don't have to just look at it, right? Like they can see the mass in the distance,
Alright.
right?
It's the eyes.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
The eyes are also very eye-catching, so it makes sense to have to make the save the first time.
Oh yes. So.
You should be like, oh, red. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but this is like the second time we've,
Oh yeah.
encountered
The
it.
second time 2 people have died to it.
Well, that's why. I was,
Actually, this is the first time two people have died to this particular thing. The first time was a banshee.
Yep. So the father, he's keeping his eyes shut tight.
Rin yells out, "Run to the door!"
And
Use the disengage action.
as he'll disengage. You can see he's running completely blind as he feels across the door here. So that's his full action. Let me double check something. All right. Leroy, you clearly heard it. You saw this before, and you feel like you're closer to your lord for it.
What lord?
You know this is a creature of your lord.
Ooh.
You felt its presence. You felt his presence through it.
Oh.
And your lord's a real douche to you.
Hey man, sometimes you get the fucking short dick.
All right. What do you do? As you now definitely know after gazing into its eyes that it will sap the very life from you.
I'm not gonna look at it again.
All right.
I'm still getting up, man.
All right. So you get up, keep your eyes closed, or just avert your gaze.
We're gonna avert, Josh. I don't
Okay.
want to look at it.
Alrighty.
It's rude to look at it.
So you get up. That's only half your speed. You still have main action, half movement. So
I'm gonna drink a potion.
Alright, so you pop a quaff. And you still got 15 feet if you want to use that.
Hold on, I'm gaining life.
Yeah, throwing in those gains.
I don't know why you're gaining life now. He's probably just gonna like force you to look at him and drain your life.
I won't look at his gayness. All right.
You get,
Still have half movement.
yeah, you want to use your 15 feet or stay there?
I don't know which way he would want to go, as he just dropped dead.
The marker.
So we're not moving.
The door.
Seeing as people are in front of me.
I mean, you can
What?
move through
You can move
allied
through.
key creature squares.
Um,
You just can't end your turn in their square.
excuse me. So it's half.
Yeah, you can get up to there.
Aye.
Alright. Good year.
Alright, well, no longer looking at it as I felt my essence start to depart like some water out of a jar.
As I'm
I
walking by the creature, it's like, our lord is quite mischievous.
I take the disengage action as was foretold by my people. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then do I still have a move action after I do that, or is it like my whole turn to disengage?
Use main action to disengage, and then that's your full movement.
You
Wow.
got a bonus left.
Yeah, well, no, I guess I don't really have anything to do considering I'm still 5 feet from the fucking door.
Alright. Cordelia.
Alright. Stand up. 1, 2, 3. Bump into Leroy and be like, oh.
Feel your pact,
And stop and go, wait a second. Please fucking work. And
Mm-hmm.
I use turn undead.
Ooh.
Turn on the door.
Alrighty. I have to actually remember how that works.
It is a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Alright.
If it fails, it can only move away from me.
Doesn't even pay attention to your symbol. You can
Yeah,
see
probably because I kind of left it behind.
that. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, as you cast out the spell, try and fill the air with radiance and to turn this creature. It seems to, well, you can hear the feet shift and turn its attention toward you. Makes no noise whatsoever, other than the feet scraping on the floor.
Alright, I know it's not running away. I'm just gonna stop here since I used my action.
Alright. You will. So, since you end there, you take 5 necrotic damage.
Cool.
As you feel the sickly presence of this creature, just being close to you, you could feel it trying to ebb your life essence away. Rin.
So as this creature comes like rushing, forward at Rin, and like Rin's like looking at it, and blood starts pouring. Does the psychic damage? A resplendent mantle, like before appears, floating around her. Suddenly she becomes bathed in golden light. If you could please have the creature a wisdom saving throw 16. As she commands it to level.
So, 16, right?
Yeah.
Right. And as you do, is that all you're going to do this turn?
No.
Alright. You have to wait and see what it does on its turn.
Okay. And finally, since that was a bonus action, she will disengage. Actually, no. She's gonna move around it and continue looking at its back, and then cast a Cure Wounds on herself, 3rd level. Hopefully, the golden light heal.
Is that holy magic I smell near my ass?
And as she speaks, her voice has that echoey effect. You know what I mean? Like, divine entities speak. And there's like a soft, like, sounds of music, and there's like a very nice smell of like some sort of like forest.
I don't know if we can smell a nice forest over this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he smells like he rolled around in 20 swamps then came to visit.
This is definitely magical. But yeah, there's just basically like Rin's essence becomes otherworld.
a very specific cousin.
Alright.
She says, "Run."
So, as you end your turn there, take 5 necrotic damage from the aura ebbing your life away. Which, over to the bow deck. You could see it start to turn. It looks like it's about to look to you, but then turns this horrible long visage maw and contorting half-rotted face as you see the eyes glare with furious anger at what Cordelia just did, and it resists your command. Make a Constitution saving throw, Cordelia. As you feel
Would
the
your back be turned?
you feel the very essence of the power of its glare. It doesn't even need to see your eyes to do this.
Wow.
You just feel the absolute rabid hatred of this creature and this seething power. As you managed to resist most of this, so you're going to only take half of this damage as you feel the necrotic energies flowing from this being into you. So 10 damage, necrotic.
You're alright.
Josh, would I know if this thing can see in the dark?
So this.
I mean, it is dark outside right now.
I mean, like,
Yeah, it's currently dark.
It's like duskish.
a different kind of dark.
Oh, darkness.
Yeah.
You can give it a try.
Darkness, dark.
It's the dark and dark. Okay.
All right, so it'll be Leroy
A
and
creature with dark vision can't see through this dark.
the father managed to get out the door and open and waves for you to come. He doesn't look back inside of fear of a creature's gaze, but you can see it's very clearly dawn now. There's still nobody outside, but you can see the sun is crested over.
Excuse me.
In another few hours, the sun will rise.
Look
my
to
God.
the east. Day.
I'm using full movement. Yeah, I'm like I think it'd be like a. What is it?
It would be
You just double.
Yeah, it'd be 60 feet, so it's 12
Excuse
squares.
me.
So you just double move straight out, and you could see the sun is clearly starting to come down. Is clearly broken the line of the town and the trees. Chaldeer.
I guess we're bugging out, considering I don't know what direction it's facing.
Alright.
I would turn around and shoot it, but that seems like a poor idea. Considering it's how I could be knocked out in the dirt right here, then bleed out.
Alrighty. Cordelia.
I'm just gonna start off to bonus action second wind, just to get some health back. Okay. I'm trying to remember what was Vodaf telling us about this thing before
What?
we actually started sneaking around.
He told Rin because
Because I know he told Rin some stuff, and then we all snuck out together.
that this is a creature from the Underdark of pure hatred to anyone who's ever looked upon it and has died. At one point, the Fagrim let it out for fun, just to kill some of the guards.
Right, but before we left, didn't he say something about it going around at night?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like
I'm
light.
only interested in what I would have actually heard.
Yeah, you would have heard that it's never out during the daytime.
Okay. I cast daylight on my sword.
At this point, every movement that this creature has made was silent, and you just hear.
Well, that's spooky. I'm not looking at it. I don't know if that actually did anything or if I just really pissed it off.
Not sure. So,
Rin's looking at it.
yeah. So Rin, you clearly see it's reeling from the sun.
But yes, I now emit. My sword is now emitting 60 feet of daylight.
You only got 60 feet in that sword? Well, my rapier's got 80 feet.
60 feet of bright light, and then an additional 60 of dim.
Oh, damn, okay, yeah. Flex your sword, Peen.
Alrighty.
And since I know Rin's next to me, because she was casting spells and shit, I'm just gonna be like, run!
That's my line.
Alright, Gandalf, let's go!
Rin.
So, in a resplendent form, she raises her arms and calls forth a gout of fire from the ground. It's not red, but whatever. If you could please have it roll a dexterity
enough.
of 16.
Immediately fails as the light is blinding and is reeling back. The gout of flame just catches it off guard and starts burning off pieces of its clothing.
27. And she once more commands it, grovel! Wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
Alright.
Should I point out that I'm not sure if how your thing works. I
It's a
know
bonus
command
action.
itself.
Oh,
Command doesn't work on undead.
that's right.
Well, I mean, she doesn't know that.
So, also, I forgot Cordelia. If that's Constitution, make a Constitution save to maintain that spell if it's Concentration, and also take 5 necrotic.
Yeah, 5 damage, and no, it's not concentration.
Okay.
It just lasts for an hour.
And Rin, you stay where you are.
Yeah.
Alright. Take another 5 necrotic. So, at this point, burning and feeling all of this, you can see it's like trying to avert its eyes. Just quickly tries to deck you in the back, Cordelia. So you literally just feel punch into the back of your armor, and well, you're looking away from it, Rin. You get well, you just have your Seamus out.
No.
Alright.
She's just in a resplendent form.
Alright, you'll get an attack of opportunity as it starts hauling down one of the alleyways.
Oh, shit.
I dutifully am not looking at it because I don't want to fucking die.
Yeah, I don't have anything, so.
Alright, so at this point, you could just hear it screeching out in absolute fury and anger.
Did you guys kill it in there? What are you doing?
At this point, the father is actually going to cast Healing Word on himself.
Yeah, it looks like he needs that.
Let's see.
I ain't looking through that fucking doorway though, unless I hear giant monster steps coming my way.
Are we still in initiative order?
Right now, yes. Unless you're
Okay.
going to pursue the creature. Well, I mean, I should say if you're not going to pursue the creature.
I have no. Does anyone else?
Alrighty.
If I had any want to pursue the creature, I would have turned around and started shooting it.
Alright, so... Yeah, well, I'll drop the initiative order then, since everyone's going to turn and run for the door.
I mean, I'm gonna do one attack, but and then run. I'm not chasing it.
Okay. So, it's just pushing it down the ladder. Cordelia, go ahead and do your attack.
Alright. Just because, like, I can hear where it's going, like, just with my shot, I just scratch at the cloak, pull one of the stars off, and just peg the star missile at it.
Go ahead and roll that damage.
Yeah.
Three. You just see pieces of flesh falling off as it glares back with pure raw
I
hatred.
mean, I sure as hell don't.
That's right.
He's out.
Just throw it and close your eyes again.
Fuck, I have to ask. Rin, are you still looking at it as it ran away? Because as soon as it gets hit by that missile, it's gonna turn and look in your direction in pain.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. I'm actually honestly trying to
Roll D2. One is a look, two's a...
yeah,
is
that's a good one. Cause like the other times are pretty surefire, but this one, she looks.
Alright, make me a Constitution save throw.
Oh, spot on.
Alrighty. So, you resist your essence being banished from your body. But you are going to take... just a small 8 damage psychic. As you
That was a really low roll.
Yeah. As you're getting used to the effects of this glare, but you still feel the hatred pulse through you, and the necrotic energy is trying to ebb your life away with its deadly glare.
Well, fuck that guy. I'm gonna viciously mock it. Go back to the shadows.
Alright. And Cordelia, did you run for the door as well?
Yeah, after I threw the missile.
And then it looks back and says, maybe I will.
No, you.
Alright, so as you mock it, you can see it like cringe and grab its head and starts hobbling into the shadows of the alley as now the sunlight is gone.
So Rin runs to the door, and as she does, the resplendent dissipates. She returns to her normal self.
Alright. Move all turns there.
That could have gone smoother. Let's get this door closed.
Yeah. I sheath the sword as I go through the door, but it's gonna keep going for an hour.
You can't dismiss it, really?
No, but covering the object with an opaque object blocks the light. So while the sword is sheathed, it won't actually emit any light.
Okay, well, we're gonna pump a second level healing. Here.
Before you do that, the fire put a hand out. Should at least do something in this matter. You've saved my life more than enough times already. At this point, you can see him mustering what magic he has, and he's going to do a mass cure wounds on all of you.
Oof.
I like this guy.
Dragonborn.
I gain 5 health.
And as you all regain,
Wow.
all regain
Very
30 HP. As you can tell, he's focusing as hard as he can. Clearly, he doesn't have that much magic left in him in his state, but he manages to give you the most pure and holiest of healings.
Lagoon.
That feels a lot better. But wait, do you think we can even carry out the plan now?
We're this far. There's no reason to stop now. It's the worst of the creatures is now in there.
I swear, do all this silence of the Radiant Shield end up with all of us nearly dying?
Nonetheless, let's go before anyone starts drawing suspicion. We need to pick a place to start the fire quickly.
Alright, well, I have sword fire starter, so let's go find a flammable house.
Yeah. And then Rin can just cast prestidigitation.
I have a flaming sword. I'm gonna use the magic that I have.
I mean, why not? Why not both?
Yeah, do both. Prestidigitate and flaming sword. Alright.
I want to feel like I'm helping, so I'm just gonna use Thaumaturgy to change the color of the fires.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
What color do you make the fires?
Alright. I make one fire green.
Oh,
I'd make one pink. And then I make... I don't
like
know.
that fire.
Let's have a group vote. What do we want the last fire to be? I can only do 3.
White. All white.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
actually
Alright, the last one is white.
Alright. So as you make a Technicolor Blaze Land, you could see now as the morning is fully started up and you start putting some distance behind you, other people start running out of the houses, others that look like questionable creatures and not truly people at all from the other places you've set on fire. You could see different guards and other people quickly rushing like, get the water! Hurry! Down fire! Down fire! And you can hear other people asking like, why? Is the master angry again? This green flame and pink fire. What? Why is it white?
I'm just gonna say, the colors only last for a minute.
Oh, but still, people will see them.
Yeah. They'll turn into normal fire after a minute.
At this point now, as you start heading back towards the house, you can hear mass panic from everyone running around in the streets as they're all hurrying around in absolute fear, thinking that the Feygram is now absolutely furious at them for whatever reason, is taking out another tantrum on them. At this point, running down the street, you can actually see a man who looks like he's been strung up on an X-cross, and you see another man who's taking out a sword, looking like he's about to chop off his arm, as there's others still rushing around, and they seem to be tending to matters of a public display.
Wait, so one guy has been like X-cross crucified. The other guy's just like about to chop off his own arm.
There's almost like an executioner about to chop off another man's arm.
I mean, for all I know, they could both already be zombies. I don't really know if I'm gonna bother to stop for this.
Right.
Like, I've already been told most of the people here are dead,
Alrighty.
and the rest of them are mentally insane. So,
as running by, you could just see the executioner continuing to take out the punishment on those who have been clearly punished, and starts chopping off. As the further you get away, you hear the man scream out even more as what you could tell is his leg as the executioner starts working his way around each limb.
Rin winces.
We really gonna do nothing.
No, we're not going to do nothing. This is our distraction. We have a job to do.
We're saving a lot more people's lives if we hurry.
Alright. So, you start hurrying down the way, and you can see the clear amount of fire in the distance is starting to overtake it. At this point, as you see the other side of town starting to get closer, you could see the fathers actually beginning to have a more relaxed composure. He's like, almost there. Almost there. And which at this point you can actually see the clouds overhead start shifting and turning.
That's never a good sign.
You can see the rolling blackness start coming overhead as the whole sky shifts in itself. At this point, you see all of them fully blacken out the sky, and rain starts falling down. From the distance, you hear an echoing boom over the village, just gas. In which, at this the brief moment, with the crack of lightning, you see the Fagrum fly overhead towards the fires, away from the house.
Distraction.
Does Rin see the umbilical cord?
For this, no.
Riding towards the shack building, right?
Yeah, Rin has to leave.
Yeah.
Those were
I'm just making sure that's where we were going. We weren't just going like back to the cleric's house.
No.
We need the tea.
Goddamn. So as you start getting to closer to your destination, running in the mass panic that's going on, you see it in the distance. You see the top of the house over all the towering over the one-story homes. When you finally come around from the main street and going down, getting closer and closer, you finally come to the two-story house, in which you could see what seems like a large group of fanatical followers and different abominations bowing and praying to this house, trying to bring offerings and seemingly apologizing and groveling, other people cutting themselves open in self-sacrifice in apologies to the Fagrum's home. Which at this point, as the lightning strikes, you see a brief flash. It doesn't look like a house for a singular moment, as all your eyes catch the light. Almost as if it was interrupting the illusion in itself. You see what looks like a heart caged in a rib cage, building up to almost what looks like a bird cage towering over. Different visceral gore making up almost the anatomy of what the house was briefly, the different openings and valves and the inner workings of this place, before quickly shuts and then returns back to the vision of that of the actual house itself. We're gonna leave off there.
Holy shit. The telltale heart. Underneath the floorboards. You gave me away. Fun session, Josh. I enjoyed everything. It looked at us, tried to kill us.
Good times.
So,
God damn.
I died both times.
yeah, fucking. Ooh, very nice choice, Cordia. But yeah, that Bodak will definitely not fucking be returning for you guys anytime soon.
I was worried for a second when you said the sky got dark because I just thought the Bodak like broke out and then it was just like making the sky dark so they could come hunt our asses. Just like, burns on, bitch.
Be ready. I'm coming for your booty.
You better
I'm so glad I
clench.
prepared daylight.
Yeah, that was top choice. Just
I've got no level 3 spells now though.
yeah, but that shit saved your ass.
Yeah, I mean, how long did it take to get over here?
Probably like a good hour straight running.
Alright, then it would be gone.
We're gonna have to basically start chopping our way through fanatical people, I bet. Actually, you know what? I have a shotgun. Maybe 2 shotgun blasts will kill most of them.
Probably. You could tell that these are just miscreants and self-sacrifice.
I was hoping that they'd be spooked enough that I was just gonna shout at them.
Well, I mean,
I was putting thaumaturgy on myself, so my voice was super loud, and then I was gonna add the ground tremors it can do.
Oh, jeez.
well, I mean, I'm just thinking about, the physics of people in a mob and, the fact that they're fiercely devoted to their flying, acid-spitting, magic-eating snake. They might be like, we can secure glory from Snake Man by eating your innards.
Well, see, yeah, that's why I was hoping shouting really loud and making the earth shake would be enough to make them get out of the way before they realized that we're not actually with them.
Of course we're with the Fagrum, didn't they tell you?
Didn't you get the pamphlet?
Get the fuck out of the way! And they go, oh shit! And then they get out of the way and then go, wait a second. I don't know you.
I can't.
At that point, but, they've already moved out of the way, we just run past them. Go, fuck you, idiot! Flip them off on the way past.
If it really is like a fucking bird cage.